Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now we'll keep this one quick. This one ain't gonna be too long. This is about our face of boxing for many people, Canelo Alvarez. You know, around this time of year, we always wondering about who he's gonna fight in May and in September, right? So who he's gonna fight, and we've heard things, right? And basically, he was gonna pretty much fight Jamal Charlo, 160-pound WBC champion. Then he wasn't. Then he was gonna fight Gennady Golovkin and Dmitry Bivol, right? Gennady Golovkin being IBF champion at 160. Dmitry Bivol is the champion in the light heavyweight division. I'm not sure if it's WBA. I think it is. So, and Bivol is, you know, formidable up there. So he could fight those two. Now, let's talk a little numbers. For Jamal Charlo, he was reportedly supposed to get $45 million to fight Jamal Charlo, who actually Canelo should have fought at 104, 54, 160 and everywhere, but it probably would have to go up. Jamal Charlo would have to go up to 168 to face Canelo Alvarez, right, for $45 million. And it seems as though Canelo's not going to take that, right? So you combine that with the $40 million undisputed fight at 160 pounds, undisputed, for Canelo and Demetrius Andrade just about a year and a half, 2 years ago, which he didn't take in favor of taking Sergey Kovalev in November. Instead of, let's just repeat it again, Demetrius Andrade, one fight, undisputed, at the middleweight division, $40 million, right? And will fight wherever you want on your Mexican holiday. That fight, no one talked about either, at all. So, just these two brothers, that's $85 million to not fight them, right? And from 154, where he could have fought both of them, right? Should have fought Andrade for sure, because Andrade was the champion. He was the mandatory. No one forced him to. No one penalized him at all. That didn't happen, right? So what I'm saying is Canelo right now is not taking the fights that he should, and we know it. It's so many people. I've said it before. It's too many guys he won't fight in either division. At 154, it was both Charlo brothers and Demetrius Andrade. At 160, it was Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo, right? Didn't want to fight Golovkin, got forced to do that. At 168, he ain't gonna fight David Morrell or David Benavidez. And David Benavidez, you know, David Morrell, you can say, well, he just got here and all that. You can get away with that. But David Benavidez is the lineal champ right now. He's just got stripped of his title from the WBC, of course, the WBC, and they let Canelo fight for the vacant title against Yildirim. And Canelo requested to fight Yildirim, just like he requested to fight Makabu, right? Just like he requested to fight at 155 pounds, just like he requested to get the franchise title instead of fighting Jamal Charlo. So I think just because of the fact that he got a franchise title in this whole boxing stuff that we have now, that he should fight Charlo just so, to let people know, just like I said a few weeks ago, hey, I didn't need no damn franchise belt. I could have got you. But so here's his options. He can fight Jamal Charlo for $45 million, one fight deal. Or he can try to get $85 million. I don't know who wants to lose this money, but okay. They'd rather lose money than force Canelo to fight anybody. Over here at the Zone, the Matchroom has offered him to fight Dmitry Bivol and Gennady Golovkin, which no one wants to see. Right? Him and Gennady Golovkin. Matter of fact, this one is not all Canelo's fault. Dmitry Bivol is some people think that he's going to probably beat Canelo Alvarez or give him a real good fight at light heavyweight. I think because he's a natural light heavyweight, he will give him a good fight. For some reason, I think that Canelo can get past Bivol. A lot of people are saying not Bivol and he can get past Beterbiev easier. And I feel the opposite. I know Bivol is a good fighter, kind of complete fighter and things like that, but I think Canelo will be able to handle that. Beterbiev is a little bit different here. And the reason why I say that, Beterbiev at 175 with that 100% knockout power will make Canelo fight like he did against Gennady Golovkin in the first fight. Right? What we've seen lately is Canelo Alvarez basically walking people down. He has wonderful head movement. He can make you miss jabs with this, just alone. It's awesome to watch. That's what pisses me off that Canelo is so coddled, because I would be a Canelo fan, but it's just not, it's unfair to the other fighters. We got to get people like that. It's just, why would somebody keep doing this? But actually to watch him get, boy, you ain't hitting me, boom, and I'm going to still come forward and land these nice body punches, left hooks to the body and make you miss. And, Canelo's awesome, bro. It's ridiculous. It really is. So, I think, though, he wouldn't be coming forward with that crap with Better Be Of, because he would really, and I mean really, have to worry about what's coming back. And like he did on the first fight with Gennady Golovkin. And although I'm telling you, he lost the first fight to Gennady Golovkin, but he looked spectacular in his loss to Gennady Golovkin. I knew Canelo had a pretty good defense, but that first Gennady Golovkin Canelo fight, Canelo's defense looked so awesome. It was like, man, this dude is the bomb. Canelo's defense, he lost, but it was like, bro, I'm defensively awesome up in here. He made Gennady Golovkin miss a whole lot of shots, and Gennady Golovkin is pretty accurate. So, but I think he would have to fight that way against Better Be Of, and him being 175, I think Better Be Of is more than 50-50. I think I would put Better Be Of up 55-45. Canelo's that good to where I wouldn't say Better Be Of or Bivol beats him categorically. The only person I think beats him categorically is Demetrius Andrade. That's just me. Demetrius Andrade beat him categorically now and 5 years ago, right? Question is he going to get the decision? I don't think Demetrius Andrade or anybody's going to take Canelo out. But the bottom line is Demetrius Andrade outboxes him, and everybody fucking damn knows it, right? Just like Mayweather did. So at the end of the day, when you have a fighter who's doing this kind of things and avoiding these fighters, and people want to pay him $85 million for those two fights against Bivol and Gennady Golovkin, and basically lose money, because you don't underestimate the dollar of people who are ready to boycott. Are just really, really sick of him not fighting Jermall Charlo or Demetrius Andrade for so many years, and being aided and abetted by the media. Question: why would you want to watch a fighter like that anymore, whatsoever? Right? Why? You can't at this point, right? You just can't. Just the same thing as George Kambosos versus anybody other than Devin Haney. If we're going to watch George Kambosos fight somebody that's not Devin Haney, just like Teofimo wasn't going to fight Devin Haney, just like Vasily Lomachenko wasn't going to fight Devin Haney, just like Ryan Garcia isn't going to fight Devin Haney. If all them people, we don't want to watch a tournament of dudes who are not going to fight one guy, Devin Haney. Until somebody says Devin Haney is the undisputed baddest dude, because we're watching your behavior. That people act like you don't see the behavior. So Canelo Alvarez, he's getting away with it because people would rather pay him this money and act like he's a huge star, rather than say, we ain't giving it to you, like the Zone. He had a $365 million contract with the Zone for 10 fights. Come on, that's 36.5 a fight, right? But they, when they start telling him, hey, you can't just fight these easy guys. You got to fight a couple of guys. Once he said Demetrius Andrade's name, Canelo said, I'm not fighting. Forget that contract. You just can't say Demetrius Andrade's name, and he won't. With $36 million, and then for Demetrius Andrade, for Undisputed, it was $40 million, like I just told you. I'm not doing it. Now we still talking about Charlo for $45 million. Why? So, and we're gonna give him all this money to fight somebody. For Makabu, he would have probably wanted $30 million. You want to watch Canelo versus Makabu? That's a fight that I'm boycotting, right? Matter of fact, this is just me. I know y'all ain't as extreme as I am about it, but I ain't watch Canelo fight nobody unless Demetrius Andrade. I might watch him fight Charlo too, right? Other than that, nothing, right? Because it's just no. Here's the bottom line. I would like to know, and I said this the other day. The same thing with Gervonta Tank Davis. It's not just a Canelo thing. I would want to know if Canelo was the best at 154. He wasn't. He didn't want to prove it and had opportunities. But because the media allowed him to, and they're going to call him better, he didn't. He's not the best 154 pounder. He's not the best 60 pounder, the middleweight. One fight away from it, from being undisputed. All he had to do is fight. Demetrius Andrade didn't. Same dude he didn't fight when he was his mandatory at 160. But he's better than Demetrius Andrade, right? Hell no. So he's not the best at 160. Not the best at 168. That's where he's the closest, because people will say, well, he's undisputed. Well, I know when Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua was talking, everybody kept telling everybody how much of a lineal champion Tyson Fury was. Well, damn it, David Benavidez is just the same thing in 168 pounds. Canelo has to beat him to be really undisputed. There's a question mark behind it. And David Benavidez is the best dude that he would have fought. Better than Billy Joe Saunders. I think David Benavidez probably KOs Billy Joe Saunders after Billy Joe Saunders boxes him real well. He beats Caleb Plant the same way. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to get it out of here, man. You know, Canelo Alvarez needs to fight Charlo or Andrade, or else I ain't watching. Done with Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.